They say music makes the world go round. But that would mean someone is playing music in outer space, and that would be impossible. Or would it? But hang on, we're getting carried away. Hey guys, I'm Jana and this is In Their Shoes, the show that's all about standing up, standing out and being yourself, just like Crocs. In every episode of In Their Shoes, we interview someone who's designed to be different. Someone like Abe van den Burg, who created a color-coded music syllabus that makes it easier and more fun for children to learn to play a musical instrument. Also known as Laughing Abie, Abe plays the piano, the ukulele, the classical guitar, the double bass, and a bunch of other instruments. He can even hula hoop while playing the ukulele. He also happens to be a Rubik's Cube genius and can solve one in only 18 seconds. Impressive. So first of all, tell me about this color-coded system that you've come up with.
You know, when I came back from a trip in South America where I learned to play the charango. It's like a little instrument, and I traveled with it all over. And when I came back, I wanted to share it with everybody that I met. And to share something like playing a musical instrument in the moment when you meet someone, you need a bit of help. So I've developed, I started making little diagrams and eventually got stickers, and that helped me to share it more with people that I met informally. And then eventually I started to use it at schools. And I just kept playing with ways of making it easier for children to learn those basic sounds and to enjoy music. So the ukulele has got these little stickers all over. We got the little rings, and with just that you can already play like some popular children's songs. Or even London Bridge. And then from there on you get some extra sounds. Some you can press here to make some songs there, or up here. And then there's also the blocks. So the blocks have got 4 corners, so them we have to strum all 4 strings. So there's this dark blue and green and red and the light blues. There's even an orange and a yellow. Every block is a chord, and then sometimes I even use little stickers on the tuning page, so you know which one to turn.
That's very clever. How did you come up with it?
A lot of songs, especially in pop music, they only use 4 chords.
Okay. Yes.
So initially it was just to communicate how to play those ones, because then you could already play a couple of songs.
Sure.
And then while I was teaching more for schools, I started to focus more on the music theory and the individual notes, and eventually I changed the whole color scheme to unify the chords and the notes. So here we've got an example of using the rings
to play. So that's just like plucking the strings.
Each one of these is just the open string.
Yeah.
And then I've also used some of the nursery rhymes. So here you got like knick, knack, paddy, whack.
That's clever.
And very easy.
That's very clever. And what's it mean if there's orange inside the red?
So this means that you have to press on the orange dot while you pluck the red string.
Okay, clever.
So here, for example, is that orange dot.
Yes.
And I pluck the red string.
Clever.
So because it's so quick, it helps to free your working memory.
And it kind of looks more fun, I guess,
yes,
as well.
Yeah. And it gives the children that self-confidence to know that they're doing it right, because it gives that reinforcement that they are doing it correctly. You know, confidence is such a big part of self-expression. So for teaching kids about music and self-expression, the more I can help them to find, to be confident when they're playing, the easier it is for them to express themselves. Like even your ability just to hear and play by ear is so much easier when you're relaxed, and when you're a bit stressed on a stage, it's very difficult.
I had my own stand fits when I played the piano when I was a kid, and it was terrifying.
Yeah. As a kid, I also played piano, but all those, the practice routine was a little bit much for a small child.
I can imagine.
So even though I did well, I still decided to leave my piano career. And some years later, when I started to learn more string instruments and guitars, and it all came with more of a intrinsic motivation, it was really much easier, and my parents never had to ask me to practice or anything. It all came from within. Yeah.
Makes sense. It makes total sense. And when did you come up with this whole system? I mean, how long ago was it?
So in 2017, I made the first stickers, and now we're continuing trying out some of the other things that I also enjoy, like the Rubik's cubes. So we're also teaching that through our company.
And the Rubik's Cube, so now tell me about that. So you said you can solve one in 18 seconds, your record.
Well, that's my record, yes.
That's very impressive.
But I can show you how I did. So if I solve it, what I would start with is making this white T that we're going to make. And then once you've got that going, you can put in some of the corners. And some people, when you start, you do it in 8 steps, and then later you do it in only 4 steps. So yeah, I got that one solved.
You've obviously got a thing for bright colors, and for I mean, you've got the Rubik's Cube. Did the Rubik's Cube kind of inform your creation of the color system for music, or not really? Where they come, because the Rubik's Cube is also very bright.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I just used the colors for the ukulele, and the colors were already very prominent in the Rubik's Cube. But I think from the job I did before I was a ukulele teacher, I was a bioinformatician, working more with genetic data and computer analysis. And there we were looking at representing data visually or through sound. And there was a strong visual support, and people would use color to make it easier to understand the complex data. And being from that environment, it helped me to think in that way. How can we approach this like in a visual way? In a visual way to better communicate that it's not hard to understand.
Why do you think seeing something visually makes such a difference?
Well, I think, visually, if you can see something with a bit of color, it gives it that unique aspect. And if you can see something that is unique, you can quickly identify it.
Do you believe in standing out? What are your thoughts on kind of standing out and being yourself?
Yeah, I think standing out is like an invitation for people to come and meet you. So for me, as a busker, when I was traveling abroad, there it's very important to stand out, of course. So the hula hoop and ukulele is my invitation to say, I've got something unique that I want to share with you, and you're welcome to come and share it with me.
That's amazing. So, I mean, do you get nervous when you sort of do something like that? Like in a public place where you just get up and start playing an instrument?
Well, I mean, depends on the situation, I guess, but generally not.
Really?
Yes.
Have you never been nervous?
Well, I mean, for example, if it's a school exam, or maybe playing in front of everyone at school, then it's a different
Yeah.
Definitely a different situation. But I mean, playing as a busker, it's not so stressful. So you've got I haven't really experienced it there.
Even hula hooping, like, and playing an instrument in front of everybody, like, I mean, a lot of people would die of
Yeah,
like, kind of...
no, I mean, I remember the one day I was there at Beta Beach, and I was there on a rock, and I had my hula hoop, and then I realized I'm actually right on the cliff here, and if I step one wrong step, I'm gonna fall down here. So that was the scariest moment I've experienced with the hula hoop. I've even used it at comedy shows where I was. You had to entertain the crowd as long as I could, and I ended up with a big hula hoop and two around my arms, and there was this gorilla that would hit this giant bell once the audience is shown their disapproval.
Sounds amazing. Jeez. Okay, so advice for people who are shy. Do you have any advice for people in terms of like not being afraid to stand out?
Well, I think, if you've found something that you're really passionate about, and you can find the environment to share that with somebody, your passion for what it is you want to share will help you to overcome that.
And what if it's something that you like, something that's a bit scary, you've never done before? I mean, do you have any advice on like how to not get too nervous or how to handle it if you are?
What I've been trained to do is to walk as if I'm walking very deep into the floor, and that grounds you and gives you that bit of extra confidence.
So slowly, do you walk slowly, or can you show me?
Yeah, a little bit slowly, more instead of like a little bit more with full weight on each foot.
Okay.
That just grounds you and helps you to focus on that rather than your nervousness.
That's a good tip. So how have people responded to this whole system? I mean, so you came up with this whole color system. How have kids responded? I mean, you said you spoke at TEDx as well. You've been on TV.
Yeah.
Tell me how people have responded to it.
I've had very good responses at schools all around Table Mountain, and it's so exciting to bring that and to be able to share that with the kids. And also, what I from my travels, I really enjoyed learning new languages like Spanish and Portuguese. When I came back, it was just after Despacito was like number one.
Yeah.
And I have played that song a fair amount of times.
Wow. Can you share it? Can you show us?
Yeah, it's got that intro. Despacito, quiero esperar que suene despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que recuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero recordarte despacito. Forma las paredes de tu laberinto, hace de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro, hasta provocar tus gritos, que olvides tu apellido. Pasito a pasito.
That's amazing. Okay, so that's how kids have responded. I mean, have a lot of kids. How many kids have you taught, or are you selling these ukuleles in places, or how did you kind of get this out?
At the moment, I'm using it mostly as for my students, and but as we grow, we'll try and make it available in more places, because that's what I really see. I think that it's got the potential to help people become music teachers, because it makes it easy to share those fundamental sounds. So I'd love for people all over South Africa, all over the world, that want to help their children learn about music, if they could get a book and some stickers for their ukuleles, and then the magic is when they can then become the ukulele teacher. I've also developed my own notation system for the Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
So for example, if if here I've got 4 symbols,
Yeah.
now because they're in different colors, it's quite easy for me to see that there are 4 different things, but I can see they are, each one is a unit on its own.
Yes.
Where if these were all black and white, then it also almost becomes one, making it difficult to keep your spot.
Why do you like color so much, or why do you think it's such a cool thing?
Well, I think, you know, when we add a bit of color, it makes it just so much more fun and relatable and unique. So that means we can it's easier for us to identify and recognize what that is and what it means for us. Compared to something that doesn't have color, it's more left brain. You've got to remember the facts about it, or
Serious.
yes, as more serious, and just being in a more of a light-hearted mood makes it easier to remember as well.
Which is why color helps us stand out.
Yeah, I wrote this one song during lockdown because I was exploring ways of using the color code in with children with disabilities, and there's a need for seeing and recognizing not only the students but also the caretakers. I was house sitting and there was this list of positive ideas, and I thought, okay, let me turn it into the song. We want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to matter, we want to be free. I want to know that I am meant to be. So let me tell you the story of me. I am special, talented, I am brave and confident. I am smart and interesting. I love my voice, I love to sing. Yes, it's me, just me. I'm enough, and in this moment I am free. Yes, it's me, just me. I'm enough, and in this moment I am free.
And that brings us to the end of today's video. Subscribe to walk in another person's shoes and tell us what you think of this video in the comments below.